If you've had a chance to look at the syllabus and the assignments for this course, you'll know that one of the important assignments this term is a graphic organizer on the 5 world religions we're going to look at. So I would encourage you to pause this video now before you get any further and open up that document so you can take some notes on the basic beliefs of Judaism as you go through this screencast. We're going to start by looking at some of the basic beliefs of Judaism. You'll notice that some of these words and some of the basic beliefs also double as some of your vocab, so kind of review for that as well. But the first belief we want to look at is monotheism. Judaism is one of the oldest religions still existing today. In 6th grade, you may have learned about the Greek gods and goddesses or other religions that had multiple gods and goddesses. We would call those religions polytheistic, meaning they believe in many gods. So Judaism instead focuses on just believing in one God. And the Jewish name for God is Jehovah. In Judaism, people that follow this religion believe that they are God's chosen people, picked to fulfill God's will. This was supported by 2 major events. The first is the covenant, or promise between God and Abraham. You'll learn more about this in this week's reading, and the 10 Commandments given to Moses. You'll also maybe make some connections between these 2 events and their significance in Christianity. So later on in this term, we'll look at some of the important differences and the similarities between these 2 world religions. In Judaism, again, they believe that they are God's chosen people and that the Jewish nation should serve as a model for the rest of humanity. This will prepare the way for a Messiah or Savior. Another important distinction between Judaism and Christianity is that in Christianity, people believe that Jesus was the Messiah that came to save and bring peace and glory to the earth, while in Judaism, they are still waiting for the Messiah to come. In Judaism, their holy book is known as the Torah. Again, you'll notice a theme of similarities between Judaism and Christianity. The Torah is the first 5 books of the Old Testament in Christianity. These teachings were revealed to the Jewish people through several prophets who had direct contact with God. Nowadays, rabbis or teachers communicate the Jewish law and lead the spiritual community. Jewish practices. So, a big Jewish practice is eating kosher food. This forbids the mixing of meat and dairy. It means no pork products, or shellfish, and animals have to be prepared in a specific way. They also believe in keeping the Sabbath holy. This happens from sundown Friday to sundown Saturday is a time for prayer and spiritual reflection. We're going to briefly touch on 3 unique branches of Judaism. Like many religions, while they have core beliefs, the way they practice them differs from branch to branch. So the first branch is Orthodox. Orthodox is right or opinion. This is a traditional, very strict branch of Judaism. They worry about preserving the religious values, and in doing so believe that the Torah must remain unchanged. This means that they follow a lot of the rules and the procedures that are laid out in the Torah, even in modern life. On the other end, we have Reform Judaism, and this developed to respond to modern life. There's a greater emphasis on ethics, doing what's right, instead of the rituals found in the Torah. And instead of language or services being held in Hebrew, services are held in the local language. Women can be rabbis in Reform Judaism. And in the middle, we have Conservative Judaism. This falls between these 2 branches. They agree that Jewish law needs to adapt to modern life, but they also want to preserve those Jewish traditions. They also disagree about whether women can or cannot be rabbis. So hopefully this screencast has allowed you to learn more about the beliefs, practices, and branches of Judaism. As I mentioned earlier, it'd be a good idea to go through this video with your graphic organizer to fill that out as you go along. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to email me.